in the industry, there is a gap because of the AI. And they don't need any interns anymore for their business too. They can make money with Readdy.
How AI is rewriting the designer's workflow today. Like all the organizations, these startups are actually looking forward to how we can make our own teams as efficient as possible. Like, yeah.
Palm and it goes to fist, then it goes to the shape. And if you open it, it is burst.
Wow. Future Frames Design with AI. This is where we explore how modern design teams, founders, and product thinkers are reinventing their workflows using AI. So here I am, Simran Pandit. I'm a product designer and ThoughtSpot. And today I'm very excited because we have someone who has been closely shaping one of the most talked about AI platforms in the design world. So please welcome Wenjia Zong, the growth at Readdy.ai. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
So happy to have you on this platform over here, and thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, it's my pleasure to join you, and I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited for the topics too.
Yeah. All right. So let's get started immediately into the crazy topics that we have for the audience today. Yeah. So, all right. So the very first one is how AI is rewriting the designer's workflow today. So, like let's get started with the big picture. So, Wenjia, I just like the audience today wants to know how Ready's as a product and the design team within it, have been like collaborating with AI, and how does it look today within the team? Like, where does AI step in first, and where do we as designers bring our expertise in the whole workflow?
Okay, I'm gonna start with comparing because last year I was the liaison for the project called Readdy.ai. I think a lot of you have probably heard of used it. It's a little bit similar to Figma, and we added AI feature within it. But we're adding features rather than the whole program, like constructive and change on the structure of how to use AI, which means last year when we're doing promoting design, we hire a lot of interns and we have a lot of design work have to do manually. For the 3D animation we wanted to do, it has to build from ground up. You use like open a new page, blank canvas, and you start to build, and you have to make the motion with music, with the color shifting in it. So there are a lot of communication in order to build one thing. And now with Readdy, you see the design team change. We now probably have 3 designers in the team, and they don't need any interns anymore. They build any of the icon, they can utilize AI, motion, they use AI. And also if they wanted to code on the front end, they don't have to ask the front end to do that for them. They can just use cursor or any of the tools in the market to be able to have visualized. So this would save a lot of time from efficiency on the product communications. It doesn't mean less work overall, it means more efficient. So I think that really enhances our team and how it works. And I think the title also shifted too. Like we were educated when we were young in universities saying, hey, designers, this is the tool you're going to use. You're going to empower your creativity with the tools, da 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 da. And a lot of the art, or we think the creative art, a piece of the design, were made through like really ground up from seed to tree. And now really we don't have to do that. We have a tree already. We just need to decorate the tree in order to make into a product. So I think the AI really empowered the creativity there and increase the efficiency. We get a lot more inspiration from other AI makers too. It's not like just competing, but you also see how others are using the platform. I got inspired. So I think it's a very bubbly, exciting moment in the history for anyone wanting to be creative without having to spend years learning on the tools.
Yeah, true. I mean, like the very first thing that I noticed that you mentioned about is efficiency within the teams, and that's exactly what even in India, like all the organizations, these startups are actually looking forward to how we can make our own teams as efficient as possible, like reducing all those manual work and cutting the time that's been spent on those manual work that we do today. And that's how we are growing, and everyone in the team are learning and in fact teaching each other the new tools that they have learned. So you know what, like we have sessions all together within the team, that if anyone has like a new tool that they have explored, we teach each other within the team, like, hey, we can use this for this particular exercise or things like that. So you know what, that's really amazing. Like we have so many tools um, right now, and in fact I remember that I explored creative back then when it was there, and after that then I saw this Readdy.ai that's getting launched. Then I was again excited, like wow, there's new tool in the market. And yeah, it was crazy at that time, and I for sure know like it's grown a lot even now. So, and coming back to that part of education and colleges, yep, I remember when I was admitted in masters in design at IIT Guwahati, our curriculum was a lot different from what it is now. We have AI tools and methodologies and explorations today in the curriculum in colleges in India. So that's literally the shift that we are seeing today that's happening. And it's definitely going to like be a different era, I guess, from now.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And I think what is gonna be changed, shift top down, is that when you look at education now, what we are learning and what we're actually using in the industry, there is a gap because of the AI.
Yep.
And I think education system need to catch up. They need to
Yeah.
learn how to be advanced with AI in order to educate better, like better builders, better creatives for the future. Otherwise, if we're still doing a lot of traditional tools,
Yeah.
those people gonna graduate and have a hard time finding job and finding spot in the society.
True, that's so true. I mean, today it's really important to catch up with all the things that are going in the market right now. And yeah, and I believe like education system are actually transforming their curriculum and everything with respect to the industry that is going on right now. So yeah, hoping for the best.
It will for sure. I was listening to a podcast a few days ago from Elia, the AI expert, and he was identifying, saying that AI will coming down to become a lot of the frontier company for AI. They're going to collaborate and work together to build a stronger structure, saying like that would also empower educational system and the government to be a part of this society infrastructure. So I definitely see that will happen.
Yeah, that's definitely happening. So Wenjia, like following that, you must have seen how team uses AI end to end. So like, can we have some like real-time examples how Readdy uses AI in their workflows? For example, it could be in information architecture creation, or some user research, or some marketing content, explorations, video generation, like all these workflows that like each and every team in the organization goes through. So how Readdy is actually using tools in order to make their whole workflow efficient.
It's funny because I was talking to the team. Everybody in the team at least has 3 AI tools on their computer, at least 3. There are like multiple people testing and using, but there are 3 main ones they're definitely using. And we used to have to create a slide, PPT to present, to say about, research and data analysis on Excel. And now everything goes under GPT. We're using GPT like PPT.
For sure. I guess that's the case for like everyone around the world.
Yeah, it saves time, but also like we need to be mindful. A lot of the AI answer probably not be accurate, and because it's so general, everybody can ask the same question. You need to make sure that you pick the part and the perspective that benefit to your business and to your learning process. And I think the most visualized one I would say is a shift of, I wouldn't say shift of title, but it's a shift of responsibility and job duty, which means like, say, for example, as a designer, they used to be, you give the PM give a request and then they go by the request and look at the requirement, what's the object, they do, mood board research
Yeah.
and put everything on Figma and then start to crop out everything under the brand guideline. Now they don't do that anymore. Like now I see designers are generally merging into a product manager role. They
Yeah.
think more for the product and they prototype quicker. So they
Yeah.
would approach idea backwards to PMs rather than PMs comes to it. And I think the PM also diversified the PM role into more of the development and self. I would say it's more like comprehensive between where they're leaning towards. Some are leaning towards growth, so they would investigate how to crop more emails online, how to find connections, and how to develop those into become our user. Some of them are really investigating on the SEO part. How can we have more users to be benefit on the SEO? And some of them are utilizing the product, saying how can we leverage the wrapping part, the prompt engineer, to make the website prettier?
Yep.
What tool are we using? What's the most updated technology? Like Gemini 3 Pro, amazing, like beautiful performance.
Yeah.
Definitely a step up for everyone.
Yeah.
So I've seen a workflow shift. And also I was asking the designers, they used to have to create on the Photoshop Adobe program for a lot of visual assets.
Yeah.
Now I was like, how do you create this? How do you create this beautiful image? They're like, oh, I'm using Love Art, or I'm using Lovable, or I'm using Gmon, which is another tool in China. So utilizing a lot of those tools to help them to visualize. And I was testing because I need a visual asset for video. You know how difficult it is to create video. Either you have to cut it, you have to if you have to do from ground up, it's at least amount of work. Now with the Hilo or Minimax, you prompt it, 30 seconds, you will see the video can be utilized and it's pretty real. So I think this is empower the designers to test their image, test their idea and test their prototype a lot faster. And also content of localization.
Yeah.
And remember the time last year we have to create a website for Japan or for Brazil. You have to do that. Language should they translate. You have to have someone to content review it.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to do that. And AI does it really well. True. It might still good to have human to review, to give a touch of humanized tone. Yep. But the content itself can be translated pretty accurately. So I think those specific examples within team we see day in, day out has been shifted. Yeah. And people are definitely going to comfort zone edge. You see people are stressed and trying to, walk out from their comfort zone to test a new tool. Let's say designer, they are not familiar with the coding tool. They have to use cursor. Yeah. It's the same shift, but they have to look at the coding builder. They have to follow doing the prompts. They have to do also open your terminal, give an order to your terminal. Yeah, those are uncomfortable action for designers. But once you get comfortable with it, it's really easy, and you realize that you don't have to learn the difficult part. You can just pick your brain, validate your idea, prototype it, and even launch within a day, which I can show you example later.
Yeah, excited for that. Definitely. Totally aligning with you about that, because you know what, one of the first experiences about me for my job was about, coming up with a tool that could actually help us in reducing the time and effort that we put in a launch video creation. And as you mentioned, how much effort and time that goes in that, totally that is true. Be it we are doing on Figma or any other Adobe tools, but we were literally able to come up with tools that we could use that made the whole process from a 2-week job to a 1-day job. And that's how we are transforming our processes and workflows within teams. And that's totally true. Right.
Yeah, it feels remember the old day when it was so cold, you have to burn fire and you have lit up candles. Now it's a button hit on the wall and you have your AC heater on and you have your light up. That's a shift of how human would behavior to those surroundings. I feel there's definitely human behavior shifting with this AI thing. I've already seen people not utilizing once they adapt it, they are not going back. That's a one-way shift.
Yeah, exactly. All we have to work on is that adoption of the shift that is happening right now. Completely true. All right, Wenjia, really nice insights that we wanted out of this. But since our audience, like, do you have any advice for early stage founders or small design teams watching this, like where they should start with, and which are the tasks that give them the best speed and the confidence boost when they are automating with AI?
I think there are different stages for early founders and startups, which I was a founder. And what I find difficult is you have this amazing, magnificent ideas.
Yeah.
You wanted to build a business. You wanted to help people. You wanted to do a lot of things with these ideas. You have everything in your mind. But once you land on the paper and make it into a product, that's a long journey and very difficult journey. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people failing from idea
Yeah.
to actually render the product. And I hope Readdy would be the part that can supply a solution. I'm not talking about founder wanted to say I'm gonna open a pizza shop, open a laundry room. Those are more physical. Like you need to go into the place, find your location,
Yes.
hire the right people, find the right machine. But coming back, saying in the digital world, if you're building digital website for your business or for your startup, you can do a lot of things with Readdy or similar tools too. Let's say I'm just voicing out. I wanted to create a website helping people to tracking on their pets' food and tracking on their pets' health. Then you can literally use AI to build that clickable prototype for
Yeah.
you. With that prototype, you can bring that prototype to do live user demo and live user research to validate your question to see
Yeah.
whether there's a market for it, whether people are happy about your interaction, whether your brand is attractive, or whether there's any new features people might need that can bring business values to your idea. And through those prototypes, if you have to build that back then, it will be a lot of work. Now it's a few prompts
Yeah.
and you will be able to launch that quickly. So I think that would save a lot of funders time in the early and the money too, to
Yeah.
validate your idea and to be
Yes.
able to bring that business to the next stage. And I've also observed a lot of like fun thing people are doing. Even within the fundraising, when you're doing like live demos to investors, to VCs, you can bring this prototype up.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't, like, you don't have to spend hundreds of money just to launch it in order to get a real user. You don't have to use the URL you wanted to. You can just use a free URL, launch it, ask for people's opinion, and get funding. I've also observed independent developers, which is so fun. I was talking to him a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He is a university student
Okay.
and he's under an MBA program, and he doesn't do, like, he has zero college of design, zero knowledge of development. And he built a website for a local furniture store with Readdy, and he's making $3,000 per month with
Wow.
just working like 2 or 3 hours a day.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's genius. He built that website, and not just a beautiful website. He built that website with inventory management in it, which, yes, our tool can do that, but a lot of people doesn't use to that extent. So yeah, he was making that.
Wow.
And because he was successful in making that website, people are saying really good thing about him, because they used to have to pay thousands of dollars to others to build a website like
Yeah.
that. And now he did the 2 prompts and he's done.
Wow.
And other people are like doing word of mouth recommending to him. So now he's building another site for a lawyer to collect form from the user. He's doing an estimate tool for ADU builder, which is like a constructor in local California. So that really inspired me. I think people can utilize Readdy to become a power for their business too. They can make money with Readdy.
Wow, I mean that's so super cool. Like, who could have imagined that? Like, literally, like things that needed like literally thousands and hundred thousands of dollars can be done just with few prompts now. I mean, that's some
So I honestly think learning how to use AI is also a skill people are
Yeah.
willing to pay to do so.
Yes, yeah, I see that that there's so many places that there are some certifications or courses that are used for prompt engineering, learning AI, how to use these tools, and yes, we need to do that, and That's a really great insight that I guess will be very valuable for the audience right here. So another follow-up question that I had about this, like, of course, there's, you know, we do so much, we have automated a lot of processes, and we have talked about like mostly all of them. But there's one concern that even I felt during my explorations, and I guess most of people do face it even today. Like, there's always a concern that automation might reduce the quality of work. So, in your experience, like, how AI affect the clarity and consistency of the work that we get as an output from it?
If you're asking about like keeping brand consistency, or are you asking more about the quality of overall?
I would say quality and consistency also, like, that's something that comes after, but first the quality of the output that we get, like as the first output or from the prompt that we give.
Okay, I think that's a part really goes under how prompt engineer does. Like how when you're building the prompt engineer, it's pretty much set your product, because LLM is this one thing, like it can do a lot of things with it.
Yeah.
And then if you just say talking about large language models, it's like, yeah, you have all those tools. You have like dirt, you have flowers, you can make bread, you can also build house, you can do a lot of things with just the physical part. But when you come say like, okay, I wanted to build a website for small business, specifically for certain business, for certain industry. Let's say I want to build business for beauty. There's a certain needs for the beauty industry. There's certain needs for the dentist. There's certain needs for the lawyer. So the prompt engineer would have to take in consideration of understand the business first, and then come back say, okay, for lawyer's website, those are the sections they would need. Those are the parts they would be connected. They normally would have to connect with the calendar lead. They have to connect with associate attorney in order to make appointment, in order to manage the request, in order to give a quote. So there's certain step within the industry pattern. And it comes back saying the quality, which you have to take a good quality website from the industry, set as a standard, saying if people gives prompts similar to this word I'm prompting into, that's a standard I want. And I think that's beautiful. So give that direction wrapped within the LLM so it can focus within building the industry. So let's say I want a super large image luxury website, then the LLM will be able to understand the luxury website are identified with a certain criteria. Then those are the data I'm going to take to as output. So I think quality would be controlled. A lot of them are fundamentally by the prompt engineer. Also, LLM update are really important too, like Gemini 3 Pro. When when it released, it gave a huge hit to the market because the quality turns out for the output is different. It's so much prettier, smoother, quicker. Nano Banana, if you want to merge two images together clearly, we used to have to do Photoshop, cropping, shifting the color, make sure it looks natural. Like that's a lot of work on Photoshop. But now Nano Banana does that, which means a lot of business for Photoshop will be killed. So that would set up the quality. And then when you talk about brand consistency, I think that's also when, especially for Readdy, when you wanted to say, okay, I wanted to have a consistent website for certain color, certain font, certain logo, say it in the prompt and make sure you consistent with it. Because sometimes you will see AI does not understand and you want to give you like a little surprise here, surprise there. You can tell AI, say, I don't want that, I just wanted this. And you will understand you without having to say. And by thinking about it, it's not like dump AI or it's like AI doesn't understand. With a human, it's the same thing. If you're talking to a human designer, they sometimes would have their preference of aesthetic taste. And you have to tell them, I want a specific something. So it's the same. It's easy to consistency if you know how to communicate with AI.
Yeah, I guess that's right. Actually, like the main thing about the quality of output that we need should be very much aligned towards the prompt that we are giving. Like we have to set up the context, we have to set up what's the role that we want AI to perform in order to give us that particular output, and then what are the specific things that we need out of it. Like everything that's in the head should be on the keyboard. So that's, I guess, that will ultimately lead to a better output generation, and rather than just like writing, hey, I need this, give me whatever you have, then definitely like quality would be compromised with that. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I guess we are good to go in order to jump into the very next section, where we'll be also performing some of the things that we discussed above about, brand kits for founders that can be helpful for them and how can they start with. So let's get into it. Like Wenjia, like I would like you to, show us how we can do that and see what Readdy can give us as an output.
Okay, lovely. Let me share a live demo here. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, yep. Clearly, yep.
Okay, great. So once you log in Readdy, this is what you see. You will see templates if you want to remix with them. But let's say we have this prompt pre-built, and I'm gonna enter the prompt saying creating a complete micro launch kit for startup, and those are the things we need. This is voice and tone for the content and some of the visual requirements we wanted to have. I'm gonna say hit send. Here's where you can select structure. I'm gonna skip it and to see what AI will come. For me, this is generate logo. I'm gonna skip it as well, since we might not really need a logo for this.
Yeah.
And we'll come back because the Readdy will take, I would say probably less than a minute, but since it's building, let's continue on the conversation so we're not wasting time just staring at each other.
Yeah, definitely. Like let's wait to see that amazing output that Readdy is going to give us, and also the founders, that how they can use Readdy in order to kickstart their journey of their startup. So yeah, I mean, like in continuation to the conversation that we were having previously, I would like to know, how do designers collaborate with product managers, engineers, and the growth team? I remember that you mentioned about that designers are now transforming into PM roles, PM are transforming into development roles. So where does AI help accelerate those cross-functional workflows that happen within teams?
I think there's no like fixed way. I think every team who utilize and adopting AI are still in the movement of shifting and understand how their role and how their skill set are moving, because everything is new, as you know. It's all new. It came this year. Everybody's learning the new things every day. There's another new product every other day on the product hunt that will become the next big thing. So but I think from the concept, let's say we wanted to have something new, a new feature, a new idea, a new interaction. Then before, when we were writing the PRD, you have to do market research. You have to do a lot of screenshots, data. That part can be done through AI, really easy. You tell your concept to ChatGPT or Cloud or whatever tool you're using and say, hey, this is the idea that I have, and this is the market I wanted to serve. Those are the user persona I have. Help me to analyze, help me to, look at the market, give me some advice to validate my idea, but be honest and be truthful, and don't give me like the answer that prefer to me as a question I'm asking, but prefer to the market I'm serving. The AI would be really smart to view some of the ideas that you might not be thinking, because it's not say AI is all truth. AI will tell you the wrong answer a lot of time. You have to be the one, become the editor, like knowing which battle to pick, because normally AI would give you a bunch of answers. They try to cover everything, but you have to find that one that sparks your mind and really works for your product. And from the concept of part, you would go to the prototype, say, okay, I think this idea would work. I'm going to calculate, or I'm going to plan, arrange what the development is going to look like. Now I have probably 2 front end, 2 back end, and I have like 1 designer. I'm going to do this. Then you have to put your concept together to say, hey, those are the API I would need. Those are the assets I would need. Those are the design file I would need. then AI would help you to organize that list and look at, okay, with the resource you have, how can you do this better?
Yeah.
And when you hand out this concept to your design team doesn't just say, hey, I'm taking it and work as, just manually. They would use their AI tool to prototype, for example, make, right?
Yeah.
And also AI to design the assets and to make beautiful prototype, and sometimes even animation they used to have to create with frustration. Animation can be done with a lot of AI tools as well.
Yep.
And then from that point, they will put on cursor to ensure that cursor can understand the development engagement that they wanted to design with the interaction. Say, hey, I wanted to have micro action here. I wanted to add the micro engagement here. I wanted to have, when you hover on it, what's the effect? When you're clicking on it, if you want to have spark, or if you wanted to have any of the motion added, then they will show that to developer. Then developer look at the cursor, then they can take the code and make changes on the code if needed in order to merge with the current system. For example, the color name are different. They need to correct that. Yeah. Or they have certain API need to connect that they need to insert a key. And from that point to deploy becomes so much faster. Unless there's certain block or there's certain technology block, the whole, I think from the beginning to the end, the time got like really shipped in the middle rather than like a few weeks of planning on sprint. We used to do 2 weeks sprint. Now we don't have sprint anymore. Like we don't do sprint anymore.
Wow.
We just ship one. Because you don't know, sometimes it's a lot quicker and sometimes you might have to figure out to work with AI to make it more efficient. And sometimes there's certain tasks you still have to do it manually.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like the whole process, the workflow that you just mentioned, I could literally imagine the workflow that happens at my organization. It's literally like PM's giving us designers the requirement, and then we decoding all those requirements using AI, using FigJam, making like cards and sorting it out, and then like using Figma Make to come up with like first iteration of the whole, like the idea, and doing a lot of iteration over Figma Make itself, and then getting into Figma again, doing the prototyping and everything, then using cursor and then providing it to the devs. I mean, the whole process that you just mentioned, I could literally imagine in front of my eyes, because that's what happens exactly right now. And hearing that you guys don't have sprint, that's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like the sprint for 2 weeks used to be kind of the industry standard.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of like break that rule of 2 weeks. Sometimes you just don't need that a lot of time. Like you can explore other ideas or doing the market research, focusing on growth. Yeah, I would say now people are spending more time focusing on growth and trying to find more users for their platform, more users to adapt or educating. And I think I see our go-to-market team utilizing a lot of AI tools for content on promoting, flyers, videos, or storytelling, content writing, translating. Like every aspect of the business right now has sort of AI in it.
Definitely, there is. Yeah. So Wenjia, like let's get back to the prompt that we gave to Readdy. Like let's see if the outfit is ready or not. All right, we see something on screen.
Right. Let's see. So this is with one prompt, and let's see how it does. Let's look at it.
Wow, I see some interaction. Like
the first landing looks pretty decent, huh? It has engagement. You can hover. There's like a hovering effect for everything. You can click. Feature pricing API doc. Okay, let's look at the second section. Every need, scale payment globally. It gives you 3 sections. You don't this is not within our requirement, huh? We did not say specifically of those.
Yeah.
It gives you a data, which I'm pretty sure it's not real.
I mean, that's something obviously we have to work on. Edit those things.
Yeah, it pretty much structure a template for you to fill in. And it's super easy if you wanted to say, hey, I want to change the, information.
Oh.
You can just tap on it, hit on text and just change it.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Yep.
So yeah, if you like the section design, but you don't like the content, that's what you can do big with the selector.
Yeah.
It gives you a great industry leader testimonial sections.
Wow.
Great. marketing assistant, which is the real launch kit we need. This is what we're looking at. Okay, great.
Yes.
10-second launch video script.
All right. So
Okay. There you go.
it has some
And then
script.
create a script. You can say, oh, copied, and you can copy and paste it. Great. And you can copy and paste this posting too, social media post.
All right. It has some
Okay.
caption as well, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can start beautiful free. It doesn't, I'm sure it doesn't lead anywhere. It gives you the pretty much the structure of the website.
Yeah.
Let's say if you want to continue build, you can say, okay, I wanted to have the login or build-in section. You can say continue to generate, and it will continue to build these pages for you. And under this drop down, you will see pages created, and
Okay.
you just need to make sure all the pages you want to be created. Same thing here, like click on it, continue generate, and it will continue generate the help center.
All right, that's nice. I mean, I really like how easy and intuitive it is to actually edit the text within the output that's been generated, and also like those micro interactions that it has already in place within.
Yeah, and share it too. So here's a share link if you wanted to, share with your PM or builder or collaborator, site giver or whatever. You can just copy the link. After you hit share, you copy the link and you can share with them. They will be able to see it.
All right, will they be able to see it? Oh, this as a preview.
Yeah, this is a preview.
All right, so they'll be able to see this preview when we share it with the PMs.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right, that looks great.
Yeah, of course, it's not going to be under your company URL,
Yeah.
but this is something that would be, free if you share and for others to give you idea. And you can also export to Figma. So once you hit export to Figma, you can download a file as HTML. And in the Figma, there is a plugin for Readdy. You can just import that file and you can add it if there's any design need to be changed. But that goes back to development. See, copy file, download or install Figma plugin.
All right.
Yeah. So that's normally how it would impact the creatives, that type of user, the development R&D type of team.
Yeah.
And for people who just wanted to launch the site, let's see if you're really happy about the site, you already made all the changes, created all the pages, make sure all the buttons and debug and click it on, then you can download the code.
Okay.
Once you hit download the code, receive the code package on your download folder. And from the download, you can launch your website. And I can show you. Let me share the screen of my full tab.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a website I built for a friend a few days ago. And for, give it a second to load. It's a pretty complete site. And it's a candle business she's running.
All right.
So she wanted to have this luxurious and natural looking of her candle. Of course, those images are not being uploaded, but if I wanted to change it, it's super easy. You just hit the selector and hit on it and say link. And if she has Shopify, we can link to her Shopify too.
Wow.
So she will just use it to connect with her business. And then for this site, after I finish all the pages, so those are the pages I made it for her, contact and the story and all of the pages. After I'm happy about it, I download the code package and I deploy the code package to the GitHub. And after deploy to GitHub, I use Cursor to guide me on building, connecting with the Supabase for the database and deploy to Versal. So within Versal, you just need to connect all the code and upload the code, deploy the code from terminal. And once it's ready, you have this ready to, literally this website is published.
Wow.
It's just not within the domain. You just need to change the domain. And anyone can visit the site, use the site. If we connect with the Shopify, then people can make purchase with it.
I mean, that's so great. I'm like right from prompts to a live website. Like, I mean, just
I
within,
touched zero design tools. Literally, I
yeah.
touched the zero design tools with
And
this.
like, just to mention, coding tools as well. Like, yeah, I mean,
Zero coding tools. The closest coding is probably Cursor because you
yep.
have to know where to find those files and copy paste the code to test. But it's not like I'm not expert with the coding, so that doesn't take much.
And the crazy part is like right now what I'm seeing over here is exactly what the output was.
It is a real output. It's
Yeah.
like it's launched public and it's free. Like I only paid Readdy as
Yeah.
using the credits. All of those tools are free.
Yeah.
It's within their free usage to build a repository and deploy on the Versal is free for hobby use. So yes, launch a free website is possible if
That,
people are not, if they have a tight budget or if
yeah.
they don't have much of money to build their website. And if you wanted to have like SEO built for it, you can go back to Readdy and start to say, okay, I want to do SEO. We also have SEO setting tools.
All right.
You can build a form tool, and the form will collect information integrated with the Superbase. So yeah, it's very DIY friendly.
That's literally so amazing. Like a literal live walking session that we had just right now inside Readdy.ai. Thank you so much, Wenjia, for like literally showcasing the whole workflow in front of our eyes. Like just within some few like seconds or minutes, we can really see.
Yeah, it took me less than a day by popping out and from other meetings. So
Yeah.
I think if I can do it, anyone can do this. And if
Definitely.
anyone wants a trial account, let me know. I'd be more than happy to offer extra credit to those people.
Wow, that's so great. I mean, we have some Christmas gifts for them now. Crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess we have something more for the audience as well, Wenjia, like something that you have for us, for the audience that are here, like some fun part now that Reddy can actually do apart from just website
Yes.
designing.
Yeah, I made this purely for fun, like didn't do anything, purely for fun. I was looking at someone on Twitter or X now, they built this like hand control thing.
Oh.
And I built this like literally with a certain prompt. So easy. You just tell the prompt, say, hey, I want to use 3.js to build a hand-controlled shape galaxy, and you tell like the shape you want, things you want.
Yeah.
And I built something for Christmas. So now it's literally like controlled by my palm. So if you hold your palm and it goes to fist, then it goes to the shape. And if you open it, it's burst, like
Wow.
exploded. And change. Let's say I want a Christmas tree, done. I want a snowflake. There you go.
Wow.
I want a gift box, and I want a star. Yeah, it's so fun.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
playing with this the other day. I was like, oh, I can play with this. Think about having this made for your little kid or just to have a family event. I think that's a very fun thing.
Yeah, that's so cool and it's so amazing to see like such interactive thing that we can do on Ready. Wow.
Yeah.
This
See,
thing-
and I'm not keyboard. I'm just using hand to control it.
Wow. That's so
So yeah,
interesting.
Guardian
and-
Galaxy is real.
Yeah, I mean, this seems so fun. I mean, I could play with this like all day.
You can.
Definitely.
You can. I can share the prompt with you. It's super easy.
That's so cool. I mean, thank you so much, Wenjia, for like actually, coming up with this super creative thing. Like, apart from all those serious conversations that were having about AI and workflows and this and that, but this, oh my God, so crazy.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Don't get limited by the tool you're using. Like, try to make something fun out of it. And you don't know what you can do. I made a piano the other day. You can do a piano. You can make a piano with it.
Wow.
I mean, it's not a fancy one, but yeah, it's playful.
That's so great, like how, creative we can get, not only designers, but anyone. So super great, like Wenjia. So I guess like we have come to an end to our show and podcast, and This was super, super insightful, and I think our audience, founders, designers, teams, everyone now have so much clearer picture about how AI moves in today's generation, transforming all the workflows inside their own teams and organizations. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me, for walking us through this amazing, live sessions and all those insights that you gave today. So to everyone watching, if you want more deep insights, like hit the subscribe button and also follow Wenjia. Go check out Readdy. And yeah, hoping to see you soon again in future episodes. Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm grateful, and I hope I made some fun with the content too.
It was super fun. Trust me, it was. I enjoyed it a lot. And I hope you enjoyed it too, like today.
Oh, absolutely. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much.